friends. I wanted to discuss Heritage Everbearing red raspberries as well as the red raspberry Caroline and the golden raspberry, which I have all three, and I wanted to explain how their growing conditions are. So this is the Heritage Everbearing raspberry, and it is all the raspberries are scientifically named Rubus idius, I'm not sure I'm butchering it, Heritage. So it is to be planted in the fall and pruned in the summer after fruiting. So for this particular variety, Heritage, it bears fruit twice in a year. So cut it back after the end of fall, after all of the fruits have that will have been the second set of fruits, and just cut off the tips, the top 1/3 of the canes, and then in the winter, after winter, just cut off all the dead leaves and dead twigs, and it will produce fruit again the following year twice. So it is a flavorful, firm, and good fruit size. It is a bush with 2 harvest seasons. In July it offers moderate yield. In September it offers a heavy yield with frost. It is self-fertilized. It gives dark red raspberries that spread fast and produces a crop in the first year. It provides large, extra sweet, juicy, dark red fruit that is good, fresh, canned, or frozen. The canes are self-supporting and get to 5 to 6 feet tall in zones 3 to 9. If you purchase several, space them out 3 to 4 feet apart. They prefer slightly acidic, moist, well-drained soil. This shrub requires full sun, 6+ hours of direct sunlight. The more sun it gets, the more fruit it will yield, and it grows in a rounded shape. It prefers deep, well-drained, fertile soil. It blooms pink in April through May, and requires 1 inch of water per week during the growing season and regular shallow cultivation. It is self-supporting, so no trellis is needed. The wildlife value is that raspberries provide food and cover for a wide range of wildlife species and attracts birds and butterflies. I didn't know this when I purchased it. I usually look it up for taste. Unfortunately, this is a thorny variety. So it is an everbearing. It doesn't mean that it has fruit all summer long. Sometimes they're called fall bearing because their more significant harvest is late summer and early autumn, and at the top portions of the canes it produces a lot of fruit at the same time. Do not cut it after the first fruiting until late fall. Like I said, it bears fruit twice. You want to cut it after the second fruit harvest. It is susceptible to aphids, red spider mites, raspberry leaf and bud mite, leaf hoppers, and raspberry beetles, and powdery mildew, blight, and rust. And let me walk over to my other 2 raspberries. Just a moment. So red raspberry Caroline is similar to the Heritage, except that it blooms in spring. Its plant spacing is 3 to 4 feet, 2 to 3 feet apart, 3 to 4 feet tall. It provides large, sweet berries that are tart and mild. It's a fall-bearing type after ripening late summer. It has a fast growth rate. Its cold hardiness is 20 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. and it is better in zones 5 through 8. And it is good eaten fresh or preserved. It is also an upright self-fruiting thorny shrub. It has a shorter harvest season than other cultivars, producing fruit for 8 weeks. And so this one is a little more tart than the Heritage, and it only gives fruit once. Caroline is vigorous and more tolerant of root rot and yellow rust than Heritage, so it's a little hardier. And same soil conditions are required, and the raspberries dislike being waterlogged. Raspberries are usually grown and planted in rows and trained along a post and wire system, and can be grown in containers or trained up a single post. And behind that Caroline is my golden raspberry, and as you can see, it's starting to have fruit, and it could go anywhere from a pale golden. It can be picked when it's pale golden, or more of a deeper gold. So golden raspberries are called Anne or Cascade Gold. I'm not sure which one this is because the tag is MIA, but for most golden raspberries, they grow in zones 4 through 9 outdoors. They're hardy down to negative 20 degrees, so they're, I think, a little hardier than the red varieties. The maturity height is 2 to 3 feet tall, and when it's mature, it'll reach 1 to 2 feet wide. It prefers full sun, moderate growth rate. The harvest time is summer or autumn, and may fruit the first year. They're large, sweet, and tart golden raspberries. They can be picked just yellow or deep gold. They can be eaten fresh in jams or in jellies and pies. And they are a vigorous plant that are disease resistant. The main season raspberry is firm, extra large, conical berries in large clusters. It grows in hardiness zones 4 through 9, and it may have been crossed from the Mauling Delight heirloom. So each one has their own hardiness zones, and they're just slightly different, but the soil conditions are about the same, and they require full sun. So hope you get yourself some raspberries, and have a great day.